And a foot fault is called on Patrick Smith. That third shot, lob, was barely going to reach the kitchen line, and yet somehow great attacks, great put away. And that has inspired a timeout. The score being 10-3-1. We will take a quick break here from the World of Tennis Square Elevation Athletic Club for the Pickleball Central Austin Open. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the conclusion of Game 1.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
No matter the type of player you are.
Junior, for now.
No matter where you're from.
אני מישראל, שלום.
No matter your gender. No matter your age.
No matter what tour you play on or who you play with.
No matter what's in your bag or what paddle you use.
What matters is your love of the game.
Celebrating the sport. And knowing your level so that you can keep pickleball fun and fair for everyone. What matters is you.
What matters is you.
What matters is you.
Unify the game.
Download Duper today to learn the power of you.
Know your level.
Know your game.
So it's 10-3, Callie Smith and AJ Kohler over Patrick Smith and Irina Tereshchenko. Can they close out Game 1? Kohler again. That is his third attempt. Shocking, really, that one of the lowest percentage plays in the history of the game isn't proving to be successful just yet. However, that good-looking attack through the middle has given them Game 1. Kohler and Smith take it handedly. Morgan Evans here at the Pickleball Central Austin Open from Elevation Athletic Club. We'll be back shortly for the start of Game 2. And we are back live for the PPA Tours Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. Tereshchenko getting things underway in Game 2. Beautiful athletic overhead from Patrick Smith seals the deal there. And a nice looking cross-court backhand volley, just getting wide enough on Kohler to give them the side out. And one more time, getting to the outside of Kohler. High enough ball to do almost anything with, but he does certainly respect the hand speed of his opponents. And a lovely little ball there from AJ Kohler. Definitely not the typical shot selections that most people go with, but because of it, hard to read. And Smith once again really doing some solid work in the middle. This is the part of the match where we find out if there is indeed a serious side advantage. And Kohler with a beautiful read, getting his forehand paddle, carving it through the middle nicely.
1-1-2. Right out. One.
Oh, inches away from greatness. Nice around the post attempt, good defense in the end. Just a floating backhand volley wide, and what appears to be a lost ball. And recovered from Callie Smith.
1-1-2.
Great to see that angle on the cross-court dink exchange between Tereshenko and Smith. Both players giving up some balls, certainly a little too high, a little too deep. In the end, it was Tereshenko able to get enough angle to draw that ball cross-court. And a nice looking slapping backhand volley from AJ Kohler. Reminds me a lot of Mr. Matt Wright, his style on the high single-handed backhand putaways. Both players comfortable giving it basically everything they've got.
One, two, one.
Kohler traversing the entire court to have a good chance at that around the post. And works out well, so they've tied the scores. Nice work from Patrick Smith. He's not overly aggressive with the crowding around that kind of left foot area of Tereshchenko, giving her plenty of respect, plenty of room around to play her game. And that ball just floated high enough from Tereshchenko to allow Smith to really capitalize. And good night, Irene. Kohler didn't necessarily need to play that as an inside-out forehand, and I think he is realizing, in hindsight, could have been a routine backhand. He does have a very strong backhand volley as well. Really gets his shoulders around the ball. Style very reminiscent of Mr. de Villiers, the flying Frenchman, to which he partnered with for a couple of years at least. And nice little apology there. That ball sitting up. Got it down to the feet of Tereshchenko. Great play though. Still, it is Smith and Tereshchenko with the lead. And they'll extend that courtesy of a nice looking let cord. As always, better to be lucky than good. Fortunately for all four players, they are not just good, they're great, and occasionally lucky. And the angle was certainly there to go around the post. Just needed to track a little further round. So Kohler serving at 3-5-2. Should be due for another third shot lob, pretty much. That's a ball that she will make 99 times out of 100. Kohler standing very tall, cool as a cucumber, and defending himself beautifully. Referees are just coming together. And we're back to business as usual. My apologies. 5-5-1 is the score. Once Kohler gets a look at a high enough ball, it is very rare that any team can wrestle away that advantage. And on that note, we have a timeout called from Tereshchenko and Smith. Morgan Evans here from the Pickleball Central Austin Open. We will be back live with the PPA Tour.
Johns?
What do we got, Prento?
Another body bag.
Shame. Third one this week. Any suspects?
Not yet. We'll send these to the lab.
All right. Let's take a look.
What do you think?
the jigsaw.
Welcome back to the Pickleball Central Austin Open. The PPA Tour's 5th stop on the tour.
Time in, 6-5-1. Second serve.
Kohler looking to expose some potential open space while Terashenko and Smith
6-5-2.
were unwinding the stack. Terashenko, she doesn't want to back down. She wants to be able to play her attacks down the line. Unfortunately, Kohler is starting to really read her attacks, and his hand speed is just on fire, as is tradition. Terashenko's jumping the line there, inspiring that mistake.
5-7-1. Second serve. 5-7-2.
Oh. And the gentleman having having a quick conversation about just how close that ball came to affecting the unborn children of AJ Kohler. Luckily, no harm done. Or did it rattle him? Could it be the first thing ever to rattle King Kohler?
7-7-2.
No, probably not. 7-7-2 is the score. Terashenko just popping that ball up. Very difficult shots she's attempting to play there.
7-7-1.
And a nice position for the overhead on that occasion from Pat Smith. And Callie Smith sending that ball wide. We'll see them unwind the stack. See if Kohler looks to expose it once again.
Right out.
Callie Smith usually so solid on those.
Yeah. 7-7-1.
And a beautiful high ball there from Terashenko. Plenty of power. Neither Kohler or Smith could handle that.
8-7-1.
Yeah, nice angled put away. Difficult shot in transition. It looked like she was still moving as Kohler had contacted that ball. It does make it much more difficult to control the pace. Yeah. Just using that length to be able to capitalize on some of these popped up balls. So we're all tied up here at 8. Oh, and Patrick Smith, you may have heard it there. He's brought out the German. That usually means dire straits.
9-8-1.
Das ist nicht super, Patrick. Das ist nicht super. And that ball there looked like it might have been wide from this angle, but it appears no one called it.
9-8-2.
And he's excited. Nice flick backhand cross court. AJ Kohler was reading middle perhaps, and it got to the outside of him quickly. And Tereshchenko with a much-deserved victory against Kohler there. Read that counter attack and opened up that big two-handed backhand. Leveling the scores at 9-9. And Smith and Kohler are enjoying just how close they're coming to affecting each other's manhood with some high balls. No pun intended. That one's going to haunt me. Yeah, I think you heard it there as well. I think he went with 9. So he's not feeling it just yet. Rightly so. AJ Kohler and Callie Smith are just 1 point away from booking a spot in the quarters. And that is it. My apology, I had the wrong score there. So it is 10-9-1 as the timeout is called. We'll be back shortly at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
Ben, you've got to give it up. You're stepping out of bounds.
I'm so close, Parentel. This goes all the way to the top. I'm talking refs, commentators, food vendors!
But how can you prove this?
It's so simple.
Bring me the jigsaw.
Welcome back. Morgan Evans here for the conclusion of Game 2. AJ Kohler, Pat Smith trying to finish proceedings against Tereshchenko. Patrick Smith. And a nice looking angled volley there from Tereshchenko keeps them alive. And Kohler with a leaping put away will see this one to finish into position, finds the angle down the line. Beautiful shot. Great way to finish this one. They'll be heading on to take on Riley Newman and Catherine Parental. However, next up on Championship Court, we will have Jesse Irvin and the Flying Frenchman, Jay de Villiers. They'll be taking on Callan Dawson and Megan Dizon. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Morgan Evans from the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
More bad news today out of Washington, as if the year hadn't given us enough already.
The world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours. Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
Go.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Go again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings.
until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep and wake up swinging. Go again. Till you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again and again.
Managing text chains is a hassle. Juggling social media threads is a part-time job. There should be a simpler way to play. At Pickle Play, we do it all. Find and add courts, find and message players, schedule events, create clubs and groups, and so much more. Download the only pickleball companion you need today. Pickle Play. Games for you.
And we are back live with the PPA Tours Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. In this match, we've got Callan Dawson, 30 years old, 5'10". He seems more than that, almost 5'11", perhaps, in the morning, from Encinitas, California. He is the son of the great Steve Dawson. He is playing alongside Megan Dizon, 28 years old, 5'9". Yeah, she's 5'9", for sure. Salt Lake City, a lot of great players coming out of there, and she has a hand in that. They're up against the Flying Frenchman, Jocelyn, or Jay de Villiers. 6'3", all of it, no doubt about it. Wichita, Kansas, but obviously French. And he's alongside Jesse Irvin, who is affectionately now known as Space Buns, one of the more enjoyable hairstyles in the women's game. And we're off to the races. I really do like that angle. Great camera work there from the PPA Tour boys. Dawson and Dizon have played 2 or 3 tournaments together now. So far, they haven't found their best stuff. Individually, fantastic players. I think when they do click, they're going to be a team to watch for sure. Dawson, very well known for being one of the best dinkers on the planet. His soft game is legendary. Also one of the few players who aren't just jumping on the lob bandwagon. He has been doing it since day one. Typically out of the air, short in the kitchen. However, Jesse Irvin and Jay de Villiers are absolute wrecking balls out there. And it's going to take a Herculean effort to come away with a win on this one. And that is a massive point from Dizon and Dawson. They dealt with everything the big Frenchman had to offer. Wrestled their way back up to the line and got the job done, courtesy of a deceptive forehand down the line from Megan Dizon. Beautiful read from Jay de Villiers. That's what happens if you go to the same place twice. Irvin just catching the top of the net there. And one of the first sorry not sorries. And Dawson leaping through the air like a gazelle. His brother Tyler Dawson, also a fantastic player. They've played together for many years. They've still got a strong argument for being the first family of pickleball. Steve Dawson, Jennifer Dawson, regular Triple Crown winner in the senior tour. That was great play from Callan Dawson. He left a lot of opening on the backhand side. He really baited Jesse Irvin into attacking down there, but he was wise to it. Unfortunately, like most of us, the adrenaline from one fantastic point tends to inspire some dubious shot selections in the forthcoming points. So, there you go.
2-1-1.
Well, wasn't one of the finest lobs we've seen. She may have gone to the previous match version of AJ Kohler's school of lobbing. And it's very much reflective of the amount of pressure she's feeling. She knows that Jesse Irvin will sit in that cross-court dink rally with her for as long as it takes. Yeah, it's easy to look at the power that Irvin possesses, especially on that backhand side, but that's not her superpower. It's her patience, her diligence, and discipline in so many shot selections. Well, that one's on me.
1-5-1.
Callan Dawson doing well enough there, getting the ball just to drop low enough to the backhand side. Megan Dazon struggling to control the ball in that transition area, that land of opportunity. And unfortunately, when the guy or girl in front of you has such a reach advantage over most players, it usually equals trouble. She got away with that one, but she knows that she can't afford to be overpowering these shots. There's a nice flick attack there from Dawson. I think Irvin may have hit an out ball there. Seemed to be going at quite a height. Incredible play there around the post, defending, and then a cross-court backhand volley winner from Jocelyn de Villiers. It's one of the few guys that really makes a headband work. Yeah, he's got kind of Federer-like hair. That certainly doesn't hurt. And Dawson, again, with that backhand Ernie. he's really getting over there quickly. So it's not like he's not crowding the middle, trying to apply a lot of pressure to Irvin, but more than fast enough to get over in time for an impressive Ernie, followed by a return error. I deeply apologize. Ball left high enough, and Irvin, one of the few players on the tour that really possess such a loose wrist to be able to expose the backhand side. So they'll get the ball back at 4-7. With a big drive heading into the body of the Frenchman. Yeah, Jesse Irvin defending beautifully and finding a good spot for that, forcing Dizon into a bit of a pretzel position. And Dawson and Dizon doing enough again and again. So often that's all it takes. Just keep getting one more ball back. And you never know when your opponent will find the top of the net. This is already a better showing from Dawson and Dizon. Certainly making a meal of this, as De Villiers serves to Dizon. And great reach there from Megan Dizon. Good looking overhead. Very tough to get over that man.
8-6-2.
Irvin with good controlled aggression to the side of Dawson. And that has inspired a timeout from Dawson and Dizon. So we'll be back at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, the 5th stop on the PPA Tour.
Told you. Matt Wright is my lawyer.
Well, Matt Wright isn't here, is he?
I've got nothing to say to you.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Bring me the jigsaw.
tell you, just when you think the Jigsaw commercials can't get any better, they come at you. So Irvin and de Villiers. Time back in, looking to take game one. Only 2 points away. And nice firm hands there from Dawson. On sending that ball wide enough. Jesse Irvin, a very accomplished around the post professionado, but they'll have a second chance to bridge the gap. Possibly not with that. That two-handed backhand is legendary, putting it to good use there.
9-6-1.
And massive power from Irvin, catching Dizon on the run.
10-6-1.
And an unfortunate error to end game one. Jocelyn de Villiers and Jesse Irvin taking it 11-6. We will be back shortly to see game two underway. From the Pickleball Central Austin Open, I'm Morgan Evans. Don't go away.
A lot of money on sunglasses always seemed crazy to me. I'd wear them a few times, and then I'd lose them or break them. That's why we created Shady Rays. Polarized shades at a great price that you can try for 30 days risk-free. And even if you lose or break them, just let us know and we'll send you a free pair. Plus, every order helps fight hunger in America. And thanks to you, we're making a big impact. For 20% off your first order, go to shadyrays.com now and use code TV20.
I host a show in the kitchen.
I share my workouts in the kitchen.
I roll one sleeve up in the kitchen.
I stream in the kitchen.
I can't cook, but I'm in this kitchen.
I gave my paddle away in the kitchen.
I help keep you fit in the kitchen.
We're all family in the kitchen.
Let's go!
Welcome back to Mixed Doubles Day. We've got a great match happening at the moment. Megan Dizon with Callan Dawson about to start off game two.
Time in. 0-0-2.
Dizon just showing some signs of frustration, looking to find her best game. Not an easy task against such an accomplished duo of Jesse Irvin and Jay de Villiers. A little unlucky there, the net really helping de Villiers and Irvin. Yeah, good ball. It looked like just how much angle Dizon was able to get on that really helped cause some trouble. Yeah, nice looking angle on the overhead from Dawson.
0-1-1.
It's a tough shot. Dawson generally so solid in transition. Such a calm player in, well, everywhere on the court, really. Unfortunately, when it's that high on the Irvin forehand, there are not many land mammals that are going to be able to deal with it.
Second serve. 1-0-2.
seems like they're able to read the down-the-line dink from Dizon so early that they're having a lot of fun with the Ernies. Irvin even having some success down the line. And unfortunately, she went again for that short angle ball that really worked out well in the first point of this game. That one there floating wide though. Dawson able to easily capitalize after that initial attack. And Dizon just losing a little patience there. They are really putting her in the pressure cooker. Both Irvin and de Villiers not hiding their strategy. Oh, and a skyhook winner overhead from Jessie Space Buns Irvin. Even she has a bit of a laugh about that one. Beautiful poach intercept, really, from Jay de Villiers. Dawson and Dizon are going to have to switch up their strategies if they're going to have any chance to compete. On so many occasions, it's really just been an inch or two that have unfortunately forced errors from Dizon as we go to a commercial break and a timeout from Dawson and Dizon. We'll be back shortly.
First impression, taste test, Jigsaw Health, Fruit Punch. Give it a go. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that is very good. Very, very tasty.
Flavor?
This is very smooth, very well balanced, and I think this is going to be my new go-to flavor for Electrolyte Supreme.
Do we have any more?
I don't know, let's go find some.
And we're back at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. And Irvin and de Villiers are having their way with it at the moment. 6-0-1 in Game 2 after taking Game 1, 11-6. Finding good rhythm.
It's going to be Riley Newman and Catherine Toronto taking on AJ Kohler and Callie Smith.
Yeah, there was a missed opportunity there. That's kind of a reflection of the sort of pressure that she's feeling, knowing that the down-the-line attack is a difficult one for her to be able to do with Jay de Villiers opposite her. Not impossible, but very difficult.
7-0-2.
I think at the very least a positional swap might be in order.
8-0-2.
And a nice full stretch flamingo from Jay de Villiers to really push back with that non-dominant leg. And a good leave. The winner of this match will head towards Annalie Waters and Deckel Bar. That's going to be a fun one. That'll be in the semi-finals. Quarterfinals. My apologies.
0-8-1.
And another around the post from Jesse Irvin. Almost defended beautifully from Dawson, just catching the net. And de Villiers more than enough power to get that ball down, as we see that around the post again.
8-0-1.
Now just 3 points away. Irvin not just content enough to reset that ball, but also wanting to find the backhand side of Dawson to limit his opportunities. Yeah, a very rare dink error from Irvin.
0-8-1. Second server.
Difficult to buy a point for these two at the moment.
0-8-2. Michelle Shepard, please come to the tournament desk. You've been called to court. Please come to the tournament desk. Michelle Shepard.
That's unfortunate. They played a good point, one of their better constructed points in the match. Unfortunately, Irvin and de Villiers too strong down the stretch. And another timeout called from Dizon and Dawson. And rightly so at 9:01. So we'll take a quick commercial break from the fifth stop of the PPA Tour, the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
Simone. Simone.
You're gonna need this.
Thanks, Ben. Well, hey, Simone. All yours.
And we are back for the potential conclusion of Game 2. Irvin and de Villiers looking to close this out against Dawson and Dizon. That is a 9-0 shot selection, no doubt about it.
9-0-2.
And de Villiers deciding he wants to play some of the more ambitious shots as well. Paying the price, though. They desperately need to get off 0. And Irvin threading the needle. Dawson looked to protect the line. And that opened up the middle nicely.
9-0-1.
And Dizon, another missed contact, unfortunately. And that's given match point.
10-0-1.
And Irvin fittingly takes care of business with another ATP. Might be a record for her, and she has a serious record. So congratulations, Irvin and de Villiers. They'll be heading forward to the quarterfinals, where they will face Annalie Waters and Dekel Bar, the Israeli demigod. The day is not done for Dizon and Dawson. However, they will be in the opportunity bracket. We'll be back shortly with the next match here on Championship Court from the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah, he comes in to recharge, get software updates, you know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
go.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
What are you guys doing?
Getting our duper tattoos.
Oh, cool.
Hey Cameron, how's it going?
Almost done.
Perfect. Can't wait to see your number.
Number?
Duper, because ratings shouldn't be a surprise. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
I haven't even started yet. Oh.
Podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum, earn your edge.
We're here at the Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp, Pickleball Central, Baird, Guaranteed Rate, Duper, Select Medical, Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts, Fit Vine Wines, volley tequila seltzer. Hurts. Hyper Ice. Gearbox Pickleball. And the Durafast 40. All right, we are here back on center court for a potential barn burner in front of us. AJ Kohler and Callie Smith taking on Riley Newman and Catherine Parentau. This is a quarterfinal match. The winner heading forward to face the winner of Waters and Barr versus Irvin and de Villiers. So regardless of who proves victorious here, that will be an amazing match. So it's Callie Smith serving to Catherine Parentau to start off the match. And that around the post, just a little wide. Great to be able to see from that angle. I tell you, I am very excited to see what happens when Newman and Kohler get into a hand-speed exchange. For my money, two of the fastest out there. And we have a point on the board. Our lead referee for this match is Mr. Les Seff, and he is assisted by Don Stanley. And it's a missed Ernie attempt there from Kohler. I think we are going to see a considerable amount of cross-court forehand dinking between Parentau and Smith.
Go!
And that is a jump in level if I've seen one. He recognized very quickly that his cross-court backhand dink was going to be high enough for Newman to attack, and therefore needs to get over and cover the middle, which he does so to perfection. And a beautiful read, that time the backhand Ernie from Kohler getting through the middle. So they extend the lead, 3-0-2. Parentau with more than enough steam there to cause some issues from Kohler. Catches him in the chest.
0-3-1. Second serve. 0-3-2.
And a good defense from that around the post, but Parentau there ready able to deal with something coming up. Good communication from Newman, and certainly an out ball.
2-3-2.
They got away with it, but Kohler did certainly hit an out ball. Smith let him know.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, good little exchange.
3, 2, 2.
Callie Smith, beautiful forehand, getting it low to the Newman backhand. He did not move an inch, trusting he could handle that pace with this almost patented two-handed backhand. Newman right there offered a teachable moment for people at home what to do when the sun is really going to be affecting an overhead. You can see how quickly he put his left hand up, blocking the sun before he'd even come close to attempting to hit.
Second serve. 2-4-2.
And that counter punch there from Kohler came back so quickly. All Newman could do was attempt to catch, and it was a good catch, no doubt about it. He's a talented man.
Second serve. 4-2-2.
And that ball got exactly what it deserved. Kohler leaving it up more than high enough. Perhaps forgetting that Catherine Parentau is certainly
2-4-1.
one of the top female players on the planet. He has fast hands, there's no doubt about it. Electric even, but there is a limit. And it's a fantastic sport where so often the women can really rival the men in so many disciplines. Newman looking to get in there.
3-4-2.
He knows he doesn't need to overplay. And that's one of his strengths. He very rarely tries to take over a game so completely that he isolates his partner. But
4-3-1.
in his mixed career, it's generally always been Lindsay Newman, his sister, on the other side. This year, things have mixed up a little bit. Parentau, a fantastic partner for him, no doubt, but there was always such a synergy to how Lindsay and Riley Newman partnered with each other. They always knew where the other person was. And Kohler starting some fights and being able to finish. Such an incredible skill to have. And that has inspired a timeout from the receiving team of Kohler and Smith. So we'll head to a commercial break. We'll be right back shortly. Don't go away. We'll be right here.
I think this is going to be our most successful launch ever. I'm really excited.
Hey, everybody, I have your coffee. There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced. I asked for soy milk.
I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball. Mine's plain water.
Welcome back to Game 1 at the Pickleball Central Austin Open. This is, of course, the 5th stop on the PPA Tour. Callie Smith serving to Riley Newman. They have a lead. I wouldn't say commanding just yet, but 6-3. So far, it has been some fantastic setup play from Smith and electric hands from Kohler. And Parental trying the old squat and pop. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out. Is, of course, the technical name. Kohler with one of the fewer two-handed backhands I've seen him play. Technically looked pretty good, to be honest. I'd love to see him turn it into a lob, as is tradition. And Newman read that beautifully all over it, and with that semi-western grip that he possesses, able to squash that ball well out in front. Alright, Newman's got a little fire in him now. That's the first we've seen from him, heard from him. And looking to try to take matters into his own hands. And more aggressive play from him pays off nicely. Kohler and Smith walking towards the sidelines, an indicator that another timeout is upon us. So we will be back shortly to see the conclusion of Game 1.
I used to keep the mustard packages and pickle juice in my bag.
Just water. Because I don't drink enough water, and most of the water I drink, I just pour on it.
Do you ever have any problems cramping out on the court?
Sometimes, yeah, and when it's hot.
I'm a big-time cramper.
Occasionally I do, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because I play hard.
This right here, the cocktail, the pickleball cocktail is what saves me in my tournaments. Has saved me before and it will continue to save me.
All right, so we're coming back in from the timeout. Newman serving at 6-7-1. And some extra heat, some fire, some energy from Newman and Parental.
7-7-1.
And they are rolling. I think a couple more of these, and we'll see a timeout from Kohler and Smith, because the tides have certainly changed. And that is the fear that Riley Newman inspires when a ball is dropping low enough. People need to get that ball behind him. Oh, an early call of no. Parentau did agree to come off that shot. Unfortunately, it was in.
9-7-2.
And that is 10-7. They have a game point. Will they call the timeout? I believe they have one at least. No.
10-7-2.
They may live to regret this. Instead, there is a reprieve from Smith and Kohler. 7-10.
7-10-1.
Go, watch it.
That's not going to be enough. That was Kohler that was really cramping and blocking the vision there from Smith. Made that shot much more difficult than it needed to be. And a nice dipping curling ball from Newman. That is a creative attack. So many of the pros generally going for just blunt force trauma on those kinds of height contacts.
Go, go!
And a beautiful play there from Parentau. What a dig. Newman protecting his partner on the way out of the kitchen. And that will wrap up game one. Newman and Parentau, they take it. Incredible stuff from here from Austin, the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. We'll be back for game two.
Pro team at pickleballtournaments.com have unparalleled experience running tournaments, including all professional tours and premier events. We provide professional services to develop, plan, and deliver tournaments that players and fans love. Pickleballtournaments.com, powering pickleball tournaments worldwide.
Welcome back, folks. We can see our announcer getting the crowd riled up, giving away some freebies. I might see if I can get one of those. If you are in the area, come on down. We have a couple of seats available. Not many. But it is a wonderful facility, the Elevation Athletic Club in Austin. I recently went to the bathroom, and it is bigger than my apartment. I did actually get lost. Don't tell anybody that. I really did actually get lost. I was worried I wasn't going to get back here in time. But luckily, someone pointed the way. Let's see if Kohler and Smith can find the way against a seriously switched on team towards the latter part of game one. Parentau and Newman. They are in it to win it. And that's exactly where they finished off game one. Inspirational play.
1-0-2.
So Smith gets the serve back. Parental calls for the switch. Well, Parental did her job. Got that first one back. Unfortunately, it still allowed Kohler and Smith to keep control.
1-1-1. Go.
And just that single-handed backhand from Parental. So often using the two. On that occasion, one hand was all that was available. And floating long. So fast with his hands, able to get around that ball. Newman has seen enough, so the walk-away timeout.
1 minute.
We will take a timeout also and be back for this exciting game too.
Lucia Kovalova. Pickleball cocktail.
And cut.
Patrick, did you get all the shots you need? Because I would really like to go play pickleball.
Lucy, I'm making art here. Did Michelangelo take a break from the Sistine Chapel to go play soccer?
Places, everyone.
If she's got to go, I can take her spot.
And we are back. Smith serving to Parental. Kohler defending well, finally getting that high ball and doing what he does best.
4-1-1.
And a big rip there from Callie Smith. Certainly one of the few women who can compete in the power game with Catherine Parental. And Kohler, didn't look like it was a particularly challenging return, so no excuse for the big man there. But more than making up for it with a swift point. If you remember, game one started in this kind of fashion. Kohler and Smith really looking good before Newman and Parental really switched on again.
1-6-1.
Callie Smith read it beautifully, got her paddle on it, but it looked like the depth and height from Newman's dink was just enough to cause some problems. AJ Kohler, he loves that shot. He knows how risky it is, but if there's one player who epitomizes high risk, high reward, it is Mr. Kohler. But with that kind of reach, I tell you, he has license to do almost anything out there.
3-6-2.
That's an uncharacteristic error from Newman, no doubt about it. He despises unforced errors. Absolutely despises them. And Don Stanley, as excitable as it gets for a foot fault on an Ernie, and he's called it brilliantly. Well played, Don Stanley. The right foot of Parental failed to re-establish. And 7-3-2 Kohler serving to Newman. And that flicking backhand again, getting to the outside of Newman. So much power from short distances.
8-3-2.
AJ Kohler, he's so willing just to get in there and deflect some of these bullets. There's a lot of bravery there.
3-8-1. Second serve. 3-8-2.
Oh, well, it wasn't the finest overhead anyone's ever hit, but he made up for it with that patented backhand flick volley cross court to seal the deal.
8-3-1.
This is what happens when you cover so much court that your partner isn't aware of either the flight of the ball or which ones you're actually able to take. It can be very tricky for the player behind to know what's exactly going on, and therefore what role they should be playing throughout the rest of the point.
3-8-1.
Good sustained effort on their fourth and sixth ball there from Kohler.
3-8-2.
Fantastic point from all four players. Real precision stuff on the dinks until one shot just goes a little high and unfortunately towards that backhand side of Kohler, and that leads to a contact point that can be dealt with serious power. And Parental proving once again that she cannot be bullied down the line no matter who is in front of her.
Point. Nine, 3-2. Point.
It's a freebie if I've ever seen one, and that brings them just 1 point away from leveling this match. I'm surprised we didn't get a timeout there from Newman and Parental. And that's impressive work. They certainly managed to turn the tides after game one slipped away from them, playing more percentage play there. So we will be back for the thrilling conclusion of this match. live from the 5th stop of the PPA Tour, the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting our duper tattoos.
You know it changes every match, right?
Duper, keeping tattoo removers in business by updating after every match. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Can you change that 6 to an 8?
I sure can try.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
No matter the type of player you are.
Junior, for now.
No matter where you're from.
Ani Israel, shalom.
No matter your gender. No matter your age.
No matter what tour you play on or who you play with.
No matter what's in your bag or what paddle you use.
What matters is your love of the game.
Celebrating the sport. And knowing your level so that you can keep pickleball fun and fair for everyone. No! What matters is you.
What matters is you.
What matters is you.
Unify the game.
Download Duper today to learn the power of you.
Know your level.
Know your game.
And there we just saw the great Lee Whitwell change the world at the inaugural Major League Pickleball. And AJ Kohler, sorry, curling that backhand around, doing real damage. His read of when the only is possible is wonderful. Newman as well. All four players certainly tried and true. The difference maker at the end of game one was just how aggressive Riley Newman became. And he got a bunch of free points in quick succession to close out game one. Since then, Kohler and Smith have been able to right the ship. Smith trying to be very slippery on the outside there. Newman is not the one you want to be in front of you when you attempt those kinds of shenanigans, which I thoroughly endorse. I love those shots, but the days of getting away with those are fewer and far between. And that ball put down in a hurry and sent into the crowd, luckily sent back.
2-1-1.
Yes.
And Catherine Parenta timing that ball beautifully. Kohler finding the outside. It's one thing to play with that slippery wrist, that loose wrist that really opens up the court. If you're the one cross-court from that player, it is that much more difficult for the opponent to read. Oh, the angle was there. The enthusiasm was just a little inflated. Still, fantastic rally from all four players. The dink battle between Callie Smith and Catherine Parentau. You could watch that all day long. And they could likely do it all day long. AJ Kohler getting plenty of power on that backhand and more than low enough to get the ball down to Parentau, who sends it long. Smith, incredible backhand down the line, teaching Newman a lesson. If you're going to attack, make sure you're in good position. On that occasion, he was drawn into the center of the court, attempting to use that two-handed backhand again and again. Whereas that big forehand that pancakes the balls down so easily, that's his major weapon. So Parentau wins that one. She does a great job of standing her ground and taking a lot of balls out of the air. Smith has the height and reach advantage over her. However, it's Parentau who does a better job of taking low volley dinks. After that first one, she leans in even further, looking to capitalize on a great dink and find something to really work with on that occasion, doing it perfectly. Kohler, so often, once he attacks the first time, he loves to do it again. So we've got the 6-point change of end. The players will take a quick timeout, as will we. And we'll be back for the end of Game 3 at the Pickleball Central Austin Open. We're back live here at the Austin Open. We are, of course, at Elevation Athletic Club. This tournament presented by Club Corp. And it's AJ Kohler and Callie Smith. Currently trailing by 4 points against Newman and Parentau. Still anyone's match. Kohler just overplaying. Right now, the level of the ladies has been very much on par. Hard to really split the difference between the two of them. Kohler has made more of the aggressive choices, and on the occasions he's done that on return of serve. That has cost them. And great use of the drive. Catherine Parental, one of the best singles players in the game.
8-2-2.
And they are aggressively sprinting towards the finish line. This match has been a tale of two cities. And Newman just having a little fun with it. He did come off his shoe, obviously. An aggressive pedicure. Newman doing a lot with that two-handed backhand. It certainly doesn't have the same kind of power as he has on the forehand, but what he lacks there, he makes up for with massive amounts of topspin, dipping that ball in a hurry. And that is a side out, now just 2 points away. And we'll have a timeout from the receiving side. Kohler and Smith, they will need to do something quickly. Let's see if they can pull it off. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We are back live here with Riley Newman and Catherine Parental trying to close the door on AJ Kohler and Callie Smith. Let's see if they can do it. And that's the reason why she hasn't done that yet so far. That was certainly a 9-2 in the third shot. Kohler will be retrieving those balls with relative ease, I'd say, especially if she's off the back foot as she pulls that trigger. One of the only kind of Hail Mary shots she's played so far.
Second serve. 2-9-2. Watch it.
And they certainly needed to do more with that side out. For them, it has been a little bit on the end of third balls and fifth shots in transition that's cost them. Whereas Newman and Parental, a little more solid around the baseline when their backs are up against the wall and certainly in the transition area. Again. So that's given match point to Catherine Parental on her serve. Ooh, it trickled almost all the way. So, a momentary reprieve at least for Smith and Kohler. Kohler just doing enough. There was certainly a mistimed ball there. It's incredible how often mishitting a shot can be the secret to your opponent's poor contact. If only you could reliably do it. And even with that jump from Newman, so often his body language is able to curb a ball well after it's left the paddle. It's a phenomenon, really. Almost perfect touch there from Kohler. Unfortunately catches the net tape, and another match point. And on this occasion, it is enough. So Riley Newman and Catherine Parental defeat AJ Kohler and Callie Smith to continue on. They will be facing the winners of Jesse Irvin and Jay DeVilliers versus Annalie Waters and Deckel Barr. You are not going to want to miss that one. If you're in the area, come on down, guys. It's an incredible facility, Elevation Athletic Club, for the Pickleball Central Austin Open, presented by Club Corp. We'll be back shortly for the next amazing match here on Center Court.
More bad news today out of Washington, as if the year hadn't given us enough already.
The world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours. Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
There we go.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Go again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings, until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear, and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep, and wake up swinging. Go again. Till you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again, and again.
Managing text chains is a hassle. Juggling social media threads is a part-time job. There should be a simpler way to play. At Pickle Play, we do it all. Find and add courts, find and message players, schedule events, create clubs and groups, and so much more. Download the only pickleball companion you need today. Pickle Play. Games for you.
Dropping a lot of money on sunglasses always seemed crazy to me. I'd wear them a few times, and then I'd lose them or break them. That's why we created Shady Rays. Polarized shades at a great price that you can try for 30 days risk-free. And even if you lose or break them, just let us know and we'll send you a free pair. Plus, every order helps fight hunger in America. And thanks to you, we're making a big impact. For 20% off your first order, go to shadyrays.com now and use code TV20.
I host a show in the kitchen.
I share my workouts in the kitchen.
I roll one sleeve up in the kitchen.
I stream in the kitchen.
I can't cook, but I'm in this kitchen.
I gave my paddle away in the kitchen.
I help keep you fit in the kitchen.
We're all family in the kitchen.
Let's go!
We are back live here on Mixed Doubles Day at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. We're here at Elevation Athletic Club. I'm Morgan Evans, and I'm alongside a co-pilot for at least one match, maybe more if I'm lucky. Johnny Pickleball, how are you, bud?
Top of the world, per usual. Thank you, Morgan, for having me on. What a great venue. The crowd, always fantastic here at the PPA.
Always?
Yeah, love
Really?
Austin. It's only a short drive from me now. I live in Dallas now, so this is great.
Oh, you moved. Ah, good
did.
man.
Yeah, so in Dallas, I actually get to drive to a tournament, so always a nice treat.
Lovely. Well, I'm jealous. I've often thought about making the switch, coming over to Austin.
Yep, join the crew.
But it seems like it was cool to do last year. Now we're just jumping on bandwagons.
We'll see where we go next year.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a traveling circus.
Exactly.
Hey, I hear Palm Desert is good. Maybe could you get everybody to move there?
We'll do what we can.
All of them?
A couple text, call Guy, see what happens.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be great. All right.
Until then, Tyson McGuffin, Lee Waters, taking on Ben Johns and Andrea Kuhn. All these players obviously know each other very well, know their games very well. Be interested to see. What do you think, Morgan?
Yeah, I mean, watching Johns and Coop do battle, they were very successful at the Major League Pickleball. I think as a team, I hate to say it, but almost everybody can do well with Mr. Johns. And it's a difficult thing to fathom if you're any of their opponents, knowing just how much of a difference he can make. However, Annalie Waters is alongside Deckel Bar today, so very curious how well they can jive together and perhaps compete. for the title.
That's right. Lee Waters trying to split the middle there between Ben and Andrea. Veteran status there, just letting the ball go. So we've already had a side out, and now we're going to be at 0-0-2.
And McGuffin crashing in very quickly. I think it looks like he's still electing to grow out this budding mullet, or mullet you might call it in America.
That's right.
Oh, and a lethal two-handed backhand high for Lee Waters to finish that point nicely.
Tyson's going to crash. Lee's going to do it too with her two-handed backhand. Very nice.
Yeah,
Quick lead here.
it's certainly a good team on paper. Very aggressive players.
As you know, Tyson kind of more known for that rhythm style of play, of just kind of grinding out points a little bit. But in mixed, he switches gears a little more to the aggressive mentality.
Yeah, for sure. And he's been able to shorten up a lot of his volley technique recently. The new paddle he's got is very, very lively. And I think it's played a lot of a role in just how compact he's going to be, I think, going forward. He's typically been someone with longer swings on the volleys, and that's cost him in those hand-speed exchanges. So we'll see if he can be compact and still dictate some play.
And speaking of lively, that ball from Andrea Coop sailing out a little bit after having two big-time serves that created missed returns. And we're going to have, I believe, Ben Johns to serve here at 2-2-2.
2-2-2. Side out.
You don't see many drives from him going in the net.
A little shoulder shrug by him there, just kind of get loose. Sometimes always solid to do. A couple drives, get you loose, then go into the drops and mix it up.
And Andrea Coop able to stay home, keep it under control, and find the open court. It was a good-looking poach there from McGuffin, though, flying through the air.
Yeah. Tyson's still trying to crash, especially if they're going to go to lead there. Just dive in, create the pressure. And we're going to have 2-3-1.
Oh, he almost pulled it off.
Second server.
And Ben shaking his head, knowing he just missed it by a hair.
Yeah, he's already playing pretty loose.
2-2-2.
It's a scary thought. He often waits until he really feels like something is in the bag.
Correct.
Before he gets this enthusiastic. But he is not mincing words at the moment.
3-2-2.
Good leave there from McGuffin.
And Andrea Coop positioning herself really well right in the middle to crack that two-handed backhand and just come up a little long. So and I think, Morgan, that Andrea Coop has seen that shot from Lee Waters as she
couple of times.
Might
have seen the replay.
Sitting on it and hits the open court, no problem. So here we go, Tyson to serve. Exchange.
Yeah, good exchange. Tyson McGuffin just on his back foot there. And Andrea Coop able to get the ball down. So it's Johns to serve.
3-2-1.
And we have blast off.
And trying to will that ball over. Maybe should have done a Riley Newman hop.
Yeah, just gonna say, almost fall back onto your heels.
We all have our signature moves, of course.
Indeed.
Tyson's got his signature shorts and signature hair. but we all have our shots as well. I like the Randy Savage shorts, though.
Randy Savage.
And nice little 1-2 combo from Tyson McGuffin, right to the body, close to the right shoulder of Andrew Coop, which sets up the easier put away.
Well, I mean, you say easy. It was sort of above head.
True.
And he had to go kind of full scorpion to really get his tail around to sting that one.
2-3-2.
Nice deep serve.
1.
And Waters electing not to try to catch Coop on the run, unwinding that stack.
3-3-2.
Instead, looking to keep the big man honest. McGuffin, another one of those players who absolutely despises unforced errors.
Yeah, that's part of being a rhythm player, right? He just, I mean, he's known for not missing. Just be consistent, make that shot. So,
yeah,
a lot of the players out here are kind of the same in that way, of course. But,
and I think, you know, as long as you've got a dual mentality, one in men's or women's and another in mixed. In mixed doubles, obviously, the risk versus reward ratio that you have to kind of work with is a little different.
Correct.
You know, there's much more aggressive plays, and trying to find that right balance is not an easy task. But forgiving yourself for a couple of misses, not that one, obviously.
Not that one, but still trying to create the pressure on Andrea Coop just to show presence. And sometimes, you know, you kind of got to go for it. Hopefully, you can make something happen, but. Obviously, there's a balance to all of that.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, this is not one for McGuffin and Waters.
Right.
However, stranger things have happened.
Correct.
And, you know, we've got Ben Johns away from his normal partner, Annalie Waters.
And sometimes, you know, as Tyson just hits that one, a nice strike of a drive, you know, right kind of low to Ben's backhand. But, you know, sometimes being unpredictable can be in your favor, especially when you go against players that are on tour on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
So maybe when you see a different kind of matchup like this, maybe throw some new stuff at him.
Yeah, well, I've already seen more drives towards Johns than I have in recent memory.
That's
that one towards the bleachers.
Yeah, a little too unpredictable.
Yeah. Well, everyone predicted she would try to find the court.
Correct.
You know, we were all wrong on that one.
Luckily, it did stay in Austin, so Andrea Coop does have the ball.
We are, of course, saying these very nasty things because Lee Waters has joined us in the booth.
Yes,
therefore, is part of the team, and we're allowed to.
Fair game.
Yeah. Well, it's the first long drawn-out dink rally we've seen for a little while. Getting back to some pickleball as usual, so to speak.
5-4-1.
Nice, great exchange there from Ben Johns. Tyson McGuffin just standing in the middle of the court.
Yeah, being unafraid.
5-4-2.
Doing his best impression of a young Rob Cassidy, perhaps. Stay here, grin it and bear.
And Ben Johns answering.
Yeah, he's seen enough.
Yeah.
He's made more unforced errors in this game so far than he made in most of 2021.
That is true.
And he's looking to find his rhythm again. That helps.
Aggressive deep serve, and there's going to be your first timeout taken by Lee Waters and Tyson McGuffin before Ben Johns can string together a few more.
So we will be back shortly from Austin, Texas, at the Pickleball Central Austin Open presented by Club Corp.
rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
And we are back here at the Elevation Athletic Club, Austin, Texas, for the 5th stop on the PPA Tour. Ben Johns about to serve to Lee Waters. It's fair to say Johns and Coop haven't found their best stuff yet, but it's been just enough to stay.
Yeah, they've strung a few solid exchanges together, but really just not in the complete rhythm as we're used to seeing. So a little static right now, but as you said, it's enough.
Yeah, and right now it's hard to say what rhythm we're used to see from them. We don't see them play together very often.
Correct.
At all, really. So hard to judge. Oh, inches away. Early call of no from Johns. Turns out he was right.
Yeah, setting it up great by trying to go behind Ben. Lee cracking a two-handed backhand to initiate. Good thing Tyson, since they've played together before, knows that counter punch is coming.
Indeed.
And another error from Ben Johns, not one we're used to seeing.
Yeah, don't change your sets, guys. This is live.
And that's going to be the same guy who missed the first one, cracking a couple and finishing off the point.
7-6-1.
So there's the side out, 7-6-1, Ben Johns to serve. And didn't miss that flick. Jams up Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, he found that right shoulder. Such a reliable area to go towards.
8-6-1.
Oh, and they got away with that one.
Great job for Andrea Coop to just stay in there and squat and block.
The old squat and block.
9-6-1.
Austin's finest.
Oh.
Scorpion.
Yep. Missed time there as well.
Tyson disguising his shot there as he looked like, and Ben might have thought he might go behind him with a dink and just pulls the trigger.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
And Lee Waters noticing that just how much space is available. It looks like a sliver from this angle, but the fact that Johns tends to move just that fraction of a second early, predicting that players are always going to be hunting his partner, that's meaning some odd contacts from him. And Waters looks like she found the court on that one.
Yeah, a little discussion as Ron Ponder's going to come in and make the call.
He is our lead ref today, Ron Ponder. He is backed up by Scott Keenum.
6-9-2.
And that's going to be Ben Johns taking over the court. So full I formation for a second, and then finally putting the ball away.
9-6-1. No. Second server.
And a good leave, good early communication from McGuffin. we'll see if Coop can finish off game one on her paddle.
And Tyson apologizing after that ball clips the net. But obviously very happy for the side out.
Yeah.
9-1.
And that's big from McGuffin.
That's a big-time poach. Big-time forehand right down the middle. That's a great read from Tyson McGuffin. And Ben John's not really expecting that one.
No, apparently not. This is more aggressive in terms of lateral movement than I've ever seen from Mr. McGuffin. He's recently really upped his mixed doubles game, certainly. Having some good success in recent weeks.
7-9-2.
So still hanging around 7-9-2. And that ball goes long, I believe, as
Very
Tyson
much so.
almost falls down.
Yeah, I think she was somewhat distracted by an off-balance McGuffin. Looked like a dog on ice there for a moment. I'm just listening to the contact from Ben Johns. It's not as clean as he's normally known for.
No, timing looks like to be a little off right now.
9-8-1.
I wonder if he's been taking some time off.
Well, the ball obviously plays a little different between Florida and Texas, so maybe he was down in Florida. Not really, for a while, obviously, for PPA Riverland and now PPA Austin, so not sure if he was down there for a while or not, but it is a possibility.
Perhaps, as we come to a timeout at 10-8, we will take a timeout also here from the Elevation Athletic Club, Austin, Texas, for the 5th stop of the PPA Tour. We'll be back. Welcome back, folks. Johns and Coop with a relatively slim lead over McGuffin and Waters, trying to close game one.
Lee Waters sitting on that one, ready for the forehand as she puts it away.
Yeah, she's got such a good counterpunch. And she's not one of those players who feels like they need to, glue themselves to the line and therefore really gamble with their reaction times. She backs up. She's got enough power from 2 or 3 feet back.
And speaking of power, Tyson McGuffin showing his backhand power.
Project 002 does it again.
8-10-1.
For those of you who are wondering, it's the name of the paddle. Oh, that's gorgeous.
An ankle breaker moment there from Ben Johns. Seeing Tyson lean towards the middle and catching him off balance. So here we go.
And And that was rough.
Good spot.
Very good spot. One of the few spots on the court that were really going to work out well there. 9-10-2 is the score.
And Ben Johns missing a volley. Routine backhand volley. And now a timeout coming from Andrea Coop and Ben Johns.
Indeed. Well, seeing is believing. We'll be back shortly from the Pickleball.
There we go.
Well, there you go. That Selkirk commercial looked to have every Selkirk player except for myself. I will have to have a little chat with Rob and Mike about that. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right, here we go. 10-10. And that time, Ben Johns finding the center. So,
yeah,
no timing issue with that one.
Yeah,
and there's the side out.
Who knows? Perhaps we will see the Johns of old. And that was a week ago. 2, perhaps.
And good transition in. Tyson
Yeah.
trying to apply pressure by flicking the ball. Goes a little wide, so here we go. Game point.
11-10-1.
11-10-1.
Just putting a little extra swing on that. Missed timing. Doesn't need to do much.
11-10-2.
Oh, they both left it thinking it was gonna go long.
And Ben Johns, Andrea Coop leaving Tyson McGuffin and Lee Waters looking at each other.
Yeah, they... Not sure how they squeaked that one out, but they did. And they will be in command as we go into Game 2. We'll be right back here at the PPA Tour's 5th stop, Pickleball Central, Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
Come on,
What's happening? Johnny Pickleball here with Morgan Evans, the PPA Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. And we're getting ready here for Game 2. Tyson McGuffin and Lee Waters taking on Ben Johns, Andrea Coop. Ben and Andrea squeaking out Game 1, 12-10. As we watch that ball just fly right in between them with a lot of top spin, landing in the back of the baseline. And we'll see what kind of adjustments, although there doesn't need to be much. I guess Tyson and Lee are just going to hope that Ben makes a few more errors. So here we go. Ron Ponder with the call. 0-0-2, Lee Waters to serve. And that's going to be a little ambitious from Andrea Coop.
Yes, and when he says a little, it certainly means a lot. That angle did not exist no matter what kind of protractor you used from grade school.
Math is tough. Here we go, 1-0.
Starting to find the middle of his paddle now, and a backhand volley that found over the net and in the court.
0-1-1.
All right, welcome to Game 2, Ben Johns.
Ooh. A little bit lucky that deflective lob didn't land in, but a good-looking attack there from McGuffin regardless.
0-1-2.
And he's thread the needle beautifully. Found a very difficult spot there from Lee Waters.
Coming up a little bit short there is Tyson. However, I'd like to see if, Lee and Tyson can try to get Andrea Coop a little more involved and then decide to go behind Ben a couple times. Wait for him to come over. Or he can just stand right there.
Yeah. And it is very much a prerequisite for Ben to have a mixed doubles partner that's comfortable backing up off the line, giving him that kind of room to work up the kitchen line. Coop trying to keep McGuffin honest down the line.
Testing it out as well, just to see what she can pull off. So
1-3-1.
1-3-1. Nice little volley there after Ben Johns putting his stamp on the ball.
Yeah, Coop, nice compact, efficient technique. Just punching it out in front. Getting to a good cross-court position. Oh, and that flick attack, that patented shot from Mr. Johns. Proving too tough for Waters.
3-1-1.
I'm sure McGuffin and Johns thought they were back in a singles game from 2019.
That's right. Ben just makes it very difficult once he gets on his backhand, holds it there, and it's hard to read. And but no problem for Tyson to read that one. He knew it was coming.
Yeah, those two have met.
Yes.
4-1-2. Side out.
So McGuffin and Waters not electing to stack on this occasion.
And again, just overpowering just a little bit Well, that one was much further. However, Lee Waters kind of getting in the habit here of putting the ball a little long, so maybe tightening up the swing a little bit.
Yeah, seems like good advice.
Yeah.
Oh, or just do that.
Or just hit the net.
1, 2-4-2.
Oh, McGuffin had already turned around there, seeing the writing on the wall, but throwing a paddle in that direction anyway.
4-2-1.
Oh, and Andrea Coop letting the refs know that it did touch her.
Solid honesty policy.
4-2-2.
Yeah. Oh, she's a corporate lawyer. She knows she's got to keep a good rep if she's going to keep her position.
And Lee Waters with the discipline there to let that ball go.
That's certainly a skill I never quite mastered. And therefore I probably ever will.
And that ball finally sat up enough for Lee Waters to attack after a great little dink rally. Classic pickleball style.
It was some classic pickleball there. And that forehand attack did catch the net again, so led to an early demise. Oh. You know Ben respects you enough when he just blocks the backhand, as opposed to lights it up and humiliates you in front of your friends and family.
And it looked like Tyson was able to get that ball in right on the back of the line.
4-4-1.
And we have 4-4-1. Lee Waters to serve. Here we go.
That's great play from Waters and McGuffin. Good controlled, aggressive work.
That's right.
That has caused a timeout to be called by the receiving team. We will also take a timeout. We'll be back shortly from the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
What are you guys doing?
Getting our duper tattoos.
Oh, cool.
Hey Cameron, how's it going?
Almost done.
Perfect. Can't wait to see your number.
Number?
Duper, because ratings shouldn't be a surprise. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
I haven't even started yet. Oh.
Podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum. Earn your edge.
Morgan Evans here alongside Johnny Pickleball for Game 2. It is Lee Waters and Tyson McGuffin trying to do the unthinkable, take down Mr. Johns at mixed doubles.
And that's going to help their cause.
It will.
With Ben Johns popping that backhand right into the bottom of the net, getting a little jammed.
6-4-1.
And we have 6-4-1 here in Game 2.
Yeah, he appears to be having an out-of-body experience. regardless of what's going on, it is a 3-point lead for Waters and McGuffin.
And that one coming from the shoelaces of Tyson McGuffin. Speed up that caught Ben Johns off guard. And just like that, 4-4 goes to 8-4.
So, obviously we will never say never. The Vegas odds are changing, no doubt about it.
And another timeout called by Andrea Coop after Ben Johns hits another one into the bottom of the net.
Now let's keep it here.
Yes.
I'm curious. What are your thoughts here? I mean, we very, very rarely ever see Ben Johns with this kind of form.
Focus. Yeah,
you know,
I think it's just lack of focus right now. You know, guy plays all the time. And sometimes the focus can be, or complacency can set in from time to time, obviously. He'll wake up and he'll get going. I have no doubt about that.
You have to believe at some point he will wake up.
And it could be something just more getting the legs involved a little bit, kind of more. He's standing straight up a little more right now, kind of on the back heels. Once he starts digging in, leaning forward, bending a little more, he's probably going to be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that once they get a little bit of energy back into the team and really, start to clamp down, they were, let's be honest, lucky to win game 1. There was a couple of let cords involved. They're still in game 2, but Mr. Johns is going to have to start really clamping down on some of these errors. Okay, that's more like it. However, it relied on them attacking very much an area right around his body.
9-4-2.
And we can't obviously take away anything from McGuffin and Waters. They are playing some great pickleball.
And a great exchange. Tyson really inserting himself into that point. Lee Waters also just utilizing her power and really just they're winning the exchanges right now. Mark.
Exactly, and neither one of them are going to back down. They are unafraid, and they are going to go swinging.
And great combo, great game from Tyson, McGuffin, and Lee Waters, and Andrea Coop and Ben Johns going to game 3 now.
Going to game 3, who knew? But that's exactly what's happening. We will take a minute or two to thank our sponsors, and we'll be back shortly from Austin, Texas. We are back. G'day, folks. Morgan Evans here alongside Johnny Pickleball.
And we're ready for game 3. So Ben Johns, Andrea Coop narrowly getting game 1, 12-10. 11-4 goes to Tyson McGuffin and Lee Waters. And here we are, game 3. Let's go.
He's just pulled it a little too wide.
Great around the post block there from Ben Johns as well. And Tyson yelling at Lee Waters to go around the post.
Go around. Yes, good communication. Very rarely do you talk to your partner about that exactly.
0-0-1.
Yeah, it looks like they've isolated the backhand side of Ben Johns as a weakness at the moment, so some drives going in that direction, and a dink error.
And Tyson letting out a little bark there. Nothing too much, but enough to get him and Lee Waters pumped up as all of a sudden 2-0.
2-0-1.
I'm going to call that a heat check.
Indeed. Yeah, McGuffin flying through the air. He's had a couple of those this match already. Looked very impressive.
And Andrea Coop putting that ball
up. Perfect height,
and
really.
Soft.
It's very kind of her to allow McGuffin to make it look that easy.
And Tyson McGuffin thanking Andrea Coop for her donation, as now it's 3-0-2, game 3.
Plenty of power on that one.
Yeah.
Seems to be the middle of the paddle as well.
It was, seemed like a little more of a frustration shot there from Ben Johns, but also gets the job done. So
0-3-1.
I'm seeing a little more activity in Johns' feet at this point.
Great play from Lee Waters stepping in there with that two-handed backhand. Ben Johns is starting to move more and looking for that Ernie.
Yeah, the moment he moved that far to take that ball, Waters knew there was an attack coming and locked that two-handed backhand loaded.
And that ball is going to sail long. Ben trying to flick that ball as it goes behind him.
I mean, he's so good at that shot, but it is a real risk. It's a high risk, high reward play. And unfortunately, when you're in return of serve, it doesn't make as much sense.
Even though they missed that shot, that's a great drive from Tyson McGuffin to the backhand side of Ben Johns just to keep him over there.
We're going to see now if the shot selections and behavior of McGuffin and Waters is going to change when they get closer to the finish line.
Well, Tyson really trying to, he knows there's a little bit of pressure probably setting in Andrea Coop's mind, so he's really wanting to speed up at her right now on any given ball.
Yeah, Coop's realizing she can't rely on Ben to be able to take over and win this match, which is not a feeling that is typical.
And
McGuffin ruining the decision to do that. Waters could have done that easily.
There was no eye contact with Lee Waters after that play.
1-3-1.
That was a stare at my feet and walk.
I deeply apologize.
Oh, and Ben Johns having the patience to wait as we see it on replay. Bounce, ATP.
Yeah, and that landed in a very difficult spot. Will that be something that starts the fire? Who knows?
And Ben Johns coming up a little bit short once again.
3-2.
And that one's going to go long as well. Maybe he lifted weights before he played today.
It's possible. I remember my grandmother used to tell me that if she ever ironed clothes, she couldn't play golf. Like, if she tried to go and play golf the next day after doing a lot of ironing, just couldn't hit water if she fell out of a boat.
Speaking of hitting water, Andrew Coop trying to have a good leave there, but that one's going to land in from Lee Waters.
4-2-1.
We have the medals to announce for the men's senior doubles open. Bronze medal goes to Jason Cleary and Cord Robbins.
There was some more conservative pace shots there from Johns until he really got something that he could apply some serious pace to.
And we look at this, and even though they're only, it's 4-2 still, so it's really interesting. But you can feel the momentum kind of being in Lee and Tyson's favor.
Oh, for sure. There's blood in the water, and the world is watching.
Point.
And there's another point, so 5-2.
Yeah, if they can get the switch once they get to 6 and have a 4-point lead, that really says something. Oh.
Good try.
Yeah, he's tried that 3 or 4 times. At least once, it's been brilliant.
2-5-1.
Yeah, great ATP block there,
Yeah.
but just Ben Johns being too much on the overhead.
Yeah, we're going to find out just if Ben's average level is going to be good enough.
3-5-1.
And that is a great spot there from Lee Waters, looking to paint the back line.
3-5-2.
And Coop just popping that ball up slightly. Waters certainly able to deal with that.
Yeah, Lee Waters overhead is absolutely magnificent when she catches one, and it very rarely comes back.
Yeah. No, obviously plenty of power, but she is also one of the players that is happy to really angle off that ball as well.
And Ben John stepping over there, trying to probably just do a little too much at this point. I think maybe he's trying to get himself going, but yeah, we'll see if average Ben Johns can will his way to a win here. But hey, Tyson McGuffin is playing lights out. Lee Waters playing lights out. They're on right now.
They really are. There's no doubt about it. After the side switch, they will see if they can continue the magic. We'll be right back shortly. Morgan Evans here alongside Johnny Pickleball. See you back in Austin.
The PT Pro Team at pickleballtournaments.com have unparalleled experience running tournaments, including all professional tours and premier events. We provide professional services to develop, plan, and deliver tournaments that players and fans love. Pickleballtournaments.com. Pickleball tournaments worldwide.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting our duper tattoos.
You know it changes every match, right?
Oh,
Duper. Keep tattoo removers in business by updating after every match. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Can you change that 6 to an 8?
I sure can try.
Welcome back here. We've got McGuffin and Waters. They are looking to close out a borderline historic win, I'd say.
And Andrea Coop not ready for that ball. Benton kind of standing in front of her.
Yeah.
Lee able to get it away from him. And
7-3-1.
all of a sudden, here we are, 7-3-1. And that flick going to come up just short of the ball. Great drop, though. I don't want to take anything away from that. That was a great drop.
Yeah.
If Ben can't get the ball over with his backhand flick,
must be a great
drop.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's pretty good from Tyson McGuffin and Lee Waters moving the ball around.
Yeah, I'm not sure pretty good does it justice. That's fantastic work.
9.
2 points away now.
9-3-1.
Just to say that Tyson and Lee
Yeah.
have come out to take advantage of maybe an average play from Ben Johns.
I mean, let's remember, his average is still unbelievable.
Correct.
It's still top 5.
Right.
Ish. We just, we've become so accustomed to seeing a certain level from him that when we suddenly don't quite see it,
No. Yes. 9-3-2.
it's a good catch there.
Point.
Andrea Coop missing a volley.
Perhaps it was to, just to let Ben not feel so bad about the amount that he's missed. Could be just great teamwork, really.
Great partnership.
Great partnership. However, they are in a serious hole at this point, and I'm not sure they're going to get themselves out of it.
And that's going to do it. Tyson McGuffin, Lee Waters, bang, bang play.
Unbelievable stuff there from Waters and McGuffin. They have earned their way through to the semifinals. Fantastic work. Aggressive stuff on serve. Controlled aggression on return of serve. Beautiful defense around the posts. A couple of great poaches here and there. And suddenly, they have taken game 3 and send Coop and Johns into the back draw while they march forward, and they'll be playing the winners of Kovalova and Wright versus Stratman and Wilson. That looks to be coming up shortly. Do not go anywhere. I'm Morgan Evans alongside Johnny Pickleball from the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
No matter the type of player you are.
Junior, for now.
No matter where you're from.
אני מישראל, שלום.
No matter your gender. No matter your age.
No matter what tour you play on or who you play with.
No matter what's in your bag or what paddle you use.
What matters is your love of the game.
Celebrating the sport. And knowing your level so that you can keep pickleball fun and fair for everyone. What matters is you.
What matters is you.
What matters is you.
Unify the game.
Download Duper today to learn the power of you.
Know your level.
Know your game.
bad news today out of Washington. As if the year hadn't given us enough already.
The world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours. Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
There we go.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Go again. Until you strike just right. Until the ball sings. Until the other guy blinks. Until the court's clear. And the sun sets. Until you see it in your sleep. And wake up swinging. Go again. Until you can't miss. Until you can't lose. Go again. And again.
Managing text chains is a hassle. Juggling social media threads is a part-time job. There should be a simpler way to play. At Pickle Play, we do it all. Find and add courts, find and message players, schedule events, create clubs and groups, and so much more. Download the only pickleball companion you need today. Pickle Play. Games for you.
Dropping a lot of money on sunglasses always seemed crazy to me. I'd wear them a few times, and then I'd lose them or break them. That's why we created Shady Rays. Polarized shades at a great price that you can try for 30 days risk-free. And even if you lose or break them, just let us know and we'll send you a free pair. Plus, every order helps fight hunger in America. And thanks to you, we're making a big impact. For 20% off your first order, go to shadyrays.com now and use code TV20.
And welcome back to the Pickleball Central Austin Open presented by Club Corp. I'm able to sit down here courtside with the winners of that last quarterfinal. Guys, that was a major upset that we just witnessed. Do you feel like your level of play just brought their game down?
I mean, we had a lot of confidence going in and a really solid game plan, and we stuck to it, and we knew we could do it. And I think confidence is a big thing, especially in mixed doubles. And, we've played together before, so we had that confidence.
You guys are such an aggressive team together. How does that play into the match?
Makes my job pretty easy when Lee is playing that well. I just got to kind of slide over and let her do her thing. No, honestly, I don't think Ben played all that well, so definitely gave us an advantage there. Andrea obviously always plays well, but we came in with a good game plan, played well together. Like what Lee said, we have some chemistry together. We've played together a couple times now, so looking forward to the semis coming up. It's a hot day out here, but living the dream in Austin.
Lee, actually mixed was an event that you considered not even playing when I talked to you earlier in the year because you wanted to support Anna Lee in mixed and so on. How does it feel to come up with a big victory like this?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of maybe taken the pressure off myself, thinking I wasn't going to play and just going in and saying I'm going to have fun. And, I've actually upped my mixed game this year and had some really good results with different partners. So, yeah, I think I'll keep playing mixed doubles.
Well, big congratulations. We're going to see your semifinal later on today. Can't wait for that one. I'm going to send it back over to you, Morgan.
Thank you, Hannah. As we get underway, we are 2-0 for Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. And they're up against Mr. Wilson, Thomas Wilson, and Lolo, Lauren Stratman. Wright and Kovalova, obviously a team that have played, exclusively together since the beginning. So fair to say, no team knows each other better than they do. This is a quarterfinal match. The winner will go forward to take on Mr. McGuffin and Lee Waters. Great swinging forehand volley there from Kovalova. Both Stratman and Wilson, very aggressive players. Wilson has a booming forehand, and he will look to use that whenever possible. And Wright reaching in, taking that ball out of the air, just clipping Wilson with a nice looking flick volley. They're off to a great start, 4-0-2. And a beautiful put away after Lauren Stratman really set things up nicely. It's given them the ball back, so 0-4 is the score. And Matt Wright doing more than enough.
Hey, Jordan, do you know what's going on?
And Matt Wright with his legendary single-handed backhand volley. Arguably no one with as much pace and spin on the backhand volley side. And Thomas Wilson reading that beautifully. gets that ball down in a hurry to give them the side out. And Thomas Wilson will learn very quickly what we all learned early on. That side of Matt Wright is very rarely attackable. And Wilson, if he's already feeling like he needs to overplay, we might have a bit of a trouble here. Lauren Stratman, one of the best players in the game. She can certainly take care of business over there. And Matt Wright, hesitant to say the least, perhaps thinking that one was sailing long. Couldn't quite get the hand out of the way. And he's managed to flick that one around the net. Beautiful. And a well-deserved timeout there. Matt Wright, Lucy Kovalova in command here in Game 1 against Thomas Wilson and Lauren Stratman. We will be back shortly. Do not go away.
Another body bag.
Shame. Third one this week. Any suspects?
Not yet. We'll send these to the lab.
All right. Let's take a look.
What do you think?
Bring me the jigsaw.
And we're back in Austin. Pickleball Central Austin Open, presented by Club Corp. Matt Wright, Lucy Kovalova, do some real damage. Matt Wright having a little bit of fun with Thomas Wilson. His and that is the point of the match so far. I have a feeling we're going to see some more of those. All four players, great control, fantastic hand speed, and that gives them an extra point, bridging the gap. You can always tell it's not this one. Matt Wright with an effective lob, something he has certainly become known for, more so in the last season or two. Impressive work. And that brings us to a timeout from Wilson and Stratman. We'll be back shortly for the end of Game 1.
again. You've got to give it up. You're stepping out of bounds.
I'm so close, Patel. This goes all the way to the top. I'm talking refs, commentators, food vendors.
But how can you prove this?
It's so simple.
Bring me the jigsaw.
So it's Kovalova serving to Wilson. Trying to close out game one, just 2 points away. And Wilson says, not just yet, with that massive forehand. All four players coming from very strong tennis backgrounds. And Wilson showing that his read the volleys. He's got a very unique grip as well. Not quite as far round as Riley Newman, but certainly in that combination and drive down the middle. And plenty of power from Wright. Gets the ball back. So good at keeping control if he gets a look at if necessary. And a lovely look at the ball down the middle. But overplaying slightly. Possibly Matt Wright